Tom here with Studio Sweat. Lovely Bethany with me today. We are here to talk about the perfect squat because form matters 100 times more than quantity. So it's always quality over quantity. So let's talk about the perfect squat and what that means. Step number one, let's just talk about body position. Those feet should be approximately hip width apart.
Am I modeling or are you modeling?
Why don't you be the model? Okay, feet should be approximately hip width apart, and notice that her toes are pointed forward. This one seems a little in to me. Okay, right there. So that her toes are pointed straight on, okay? The toe out thing, that comes later and it can actually hurt your knees if you don't do it properly. So let's go with feet straight on. And then, but now let's give them a side angle. So we know that, right? So side angle. As Bethany descends, notice that she reaches her hips back like for a chair, and she's got a good almost 90-degree angle here at the knees, and then as she stands up, she's pushing through her heels. A bad squat, let's just show a bad squat, and it's actually very common, are where the knees fall over the toes. That's really bad for your knees, and you're not engaging your glutes or quads. So make sure, again, that you reach those hips back as you drop down, push up, through the heels, and as she comes up, sometimes if people really want to almost hyper focus on putting their weight in their heels, her toes are actually going to lift slightly off the ground, and that's not a bad thing. Okay, so it's way better to fall backwards than it is to fall forward. Okay, anything else on the squat before we show you different kind of squats?
If you happen to not have a mirror around when you're doing squats, one of the things that you can do is when you're at the bottom of your squat, if you look down, you should be able to see your toes. Okay, that means that you're...
Should you be able to?
Yeah, you should be able to see your toes. You should be able to see your toes. That way you know you're not over them.
Put your back into it.
That's right.
Another thing that I just thought of that I see all the time is people will not keep their chest lifted. So when you're doing a squat, you want to keep that chest lifted throughout the movement. This is what I'll see sometimes. Yes. So that's that fold forward at the hips. You want to try and keep your chest as lifted as possible. Even if it means you can't go down as low, I'd much rather see this, okay, where I'm not going down as low than this.
Yeah.
Okay,
no folding.
Yeah, keep your chest up. And if you can't get all down all the way, so the idea is to get those hamstrings parallel to the ground. See, I almost fell backwards.
Gotcha, I gotcha.
But if you can't do that without compromising the other things that we just talked about, go as low as you can, okay? If when you start to get this low, your knees fall over your toes, that's as low as you're gonna get because you've gotta stop. It'll get lower and lower as you guys get stronger and stronger. Of course, to make those squats tougher, you can add weight, you guys. So here we've got our weights. You can have the weights at your sides. Okay, that's one option.
On your shoulders?
Yeah, so well, let's do a front squat where the weight is loaded in front. Okay, right there, that's a front squat, a little heavier on the quads. A back squat where the weights are on your backs. On your backs.
On your backs.
On your baby
like you have to.
Okay, that's the back squat, so you can do those variations. And then go ahead and take those, Bethany.
All right.
Can you show them the sumo squat, which hits those inner thighs more?
Yes.
Okay, so show us the sumo squat.
So my toes are out, okay, facing out. Both of them are out. I drop down, I come right back up. Straight down, straight up.
Exactly, and notice how our chest stayed lifted throughout the movement. On the, or for the sumo squats, you're gonna be working inner thigh a lot. You can add weights to that as well. If you want to work the glutes a little bit more, you can go into a narrow squat position. But it's really important on that narrow squat, same thing. Don't let those knees go over the toes. It's gonna be a little harder when you're, because you lose that base of stability when your legs are all the way together. This one, believe it or not, if you squeeze your inner thighs together, it can really work those inner thighs as well.
Super fun.
Add weight to any of those. Okay, you guys, that's the perfect squat. If you want some killer body sculpting workouts, I want you to go check out Studio Sweat on Demand.